Welcome back, America. We're here with our friend Douglas Murray, who is associate editor of The Spectator. He is a columnist for the New York Post. He is a great author on democracies and death cults, among other books. Douglas, I've contended Iran has become a concentration camp. The lights are out, the communication's off, people are being slaughtered, dragged off the streets, dragged out of their homes, thrown into these prisons, being murdered on the spot. And it appears to me the media's gotten bored with this. Western leaders seem to have gotten bored with this. Time goes on and on and on. What do you make of this?
Well, several things, Mark. First of all, yes, the Iranian people have risen up once again against the totalitarian theocratic government that has been wrecking their country since seizing control in 1979. There have been multiple uprisings, and they've all been squashed with great barbarity by the death squads of the Iranian revolutionary government. But what makes these protests distinct is they're larger in scale than any previous protests by the citizens of Iran, and they've been greeted with even greater sadism and murderousness by the goon squads of the Ayatollahs. Tens of thousands, perhaps more than 50,000 people have been massacred on the streets of Iran in recent weeks. The second thing I'd say about that is, of course, just in passing, note the amazing silence on the streets of America and other Western cities. Note the amazing silence from the campuses of America and the liberal Ivy Leagues and all the rest. But that's a sideshow. The third thing that's most important in a way is what you just mentioned about the media and governments. The Ayatollah, of course, shut off the internet, has tried to make sure that the world doesn't find out what he and his death squads are doing. And the risk is that we in the rest of the world fall for that. You know, we live in this age when something happens in Minneapolis and you've got multiple camera angles within seconds, because in America, we've all got smartphones and so on. When the Ayatollah turns off the internet, turns off the electricity in Iran, he does so hoping the world will not notice the tens of thousands of people, including students, that he's getting gunned down and murdered and their bodies thrown into the streets. He's hoping we won't notice. So the question is, do we notice despite his best efforts?
That is a great point, which causes me to ask you this. What has become of so many people in the West that they observed this one incident in Minneapolis of an individual who was very confrontational and very violent, and they're immediately spending day in and day out on this. The media are spending day in and day out on this. Okay, that's fine. But they don't hear the cries of tens of thousands of fellow human beings who are being slaughtered and butchered and raped in Iran. These are Westerners, these are Persian people. What is it about a media that can turn off the death of 50,000 people, yet focus for 2 weeks on one situation in Minneapolis?
Well, I mean, those people would say, you know, Minneapolis is happening in America and they care more about that than they do about the students in Iran. But I don't think it is just that, actually. I think it's that there's a specific worldview which parts of the left have been pushing for a very long time now, which is that only America and America's allies can do wicked things. And they have no explanation for wicked things happening in other parts of the world unless they can blame us, the West. To the extent that there has been any sort of left-wing response in the West to what's been going on in Iran, you'll get the usual pabulum about, you know, imperialism and much more colonialism. As I've stressed for many years now, the Iranian regime is an imperialist power. It is the biggest colonial power in the Middle East. It has spread its terrorism as far away as South America and Europe. It has tried to assassinate critics of the regime in Brooklyn. It's tried to kill an American president. It's tried to send assassination squads to kill a former Secretary of State, the former National Security Advisor in America. So, yeah, this is our problem, but it's also our problem that we should think of standing up for people who are trying to stand up for themselves and their own sovereignty.
We'll be right back.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.